This week's episode is brought to you by Hussein Alokali's Instagram account. That's h.alokali or h.alokaili. You can go check out his newest picture, which is one of him staring out at a sunset on a beach. It's quite something. The caption is Visions of Gideon. I'm excited. You should be too. On with the show.
It's a trap! It's a trap!
Is that good?
Yes.
Thank you. It's very professional. Okay. I felt it.
Is this an ominous angle?
Yes. You guys look like you're looming over a test subject. Alright, so now, perform it again. Alright, are we going?
Yep.
Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of It's a Trap, the weekly podcast hosted by three wonderful people. I'm your host, Kielan, and with me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. State your names.
Jack.
Will.
Wow, that was lightning speed. Well done. I don't think...
Speaking of lightning speed, continue with what you're saying.
What?
Yeah.
Speaking
of segways, I just learned last week that segway in that context is not spelled S-E-G-W-A-Y,
really?
A machine that you ride.
What is it? How's it spelled?
It's spelled S-E-G-U-E-S. Or S-E-G-U-E for
that's
segway.
Nothing.
I wonder what it means.
That is nothing.
Is
That's
French?
not a word.
No, it is.
I refuse to acknowledge that. I'm looking this up.
You've heard people say that, right?
No, I know that a segue.
I knew it was a different word, but
Yeah.
I thought it was spelled the same. I thought they were they.
Yeah, I know that it's a word. I just thought that it was spelled like probably the thing you ride around and look like a dork on.
Yeah,
it's great. You took a Segway ride, right, Will?
Oh, I've taken several.
It's from the Italian word segue, which means follows.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and it's
I probably butchered the pronunciation of it.
It's from the Italian word segue. We're talking about the English word
Segue. Comes from the Italian word segue.
In the ancient, in 1600s architecture and inscriptions, you can see a two-wheeled motorized vehicle with handle which you stand on. Two-legged as well, yeah.
Two-legged and what was the first one? Leaded?
Two-wheeled?
Two-leaded, you said.
Two-leaded. If you look it up on the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, which they have every word, whether it's a word or not, it's on there. And it's going from
Speaking
one place
of,
I saw someone.
Segway's from a company called Segway.
Yeah, it's
spelled
which way? You can't just say Segway was from Segway of Segway.
It's a homophone. I was gonna say homophobe. Of the word Segway.
It is. It is a homophobe as well.
Of the Italian word Segway.
Stop doing that.
Segway.
He put up his fingers in the spicy meatball pose. That's how you know it's Italian. That or if you add the word the letter A in the beginning. The letter A? The letter A.
Segways are illegal, illegal in Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because they're too wide for the bike
They're
lanes.
too cool.
They're, slow
they're
for
just
the
too
car.
cool is the issue.
I saw one.
It
makes everyone else feel bad.
It's dangerous.
It makes everyone else feel bad
It's
when
too
they
classy.
see one.
Exactly.
Man, I could be that guy. Oh.
It's the same
I
reason
saw one the
hoverboards
other
got
day.
banned. They're like, man, when you're on a hoverboard, you're just too classy. You know, when you're on a hoverboard, you're just the best person. So we can't have them anymore.
Hoverboards are so lame, but segways you can do fast stops and super quick turns, and they're really cool.
You're four-wheel drifting around
At
Toronto
least,
on a Segway.
At least they're cool to be on.
Anyway, let's segue from that topic back to what we were actually talking about.
Which
Did you know that the word swag appears twice in the Bible?
What? Why?
No, it doesn't.
As in, things you... Doesn't
But it'd be
swag
really
mean,
funny if it did.
Yeah.
Just imagine Jesus being like, now I take your swag. It seems like something that they could have said, but they
imagine if
didn't.
swag was a biblical term.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
That seems like it
Deep
could
and
be.
important, yeah.
Well, because technically the word swag used to just refer to an amount of money. Like in 1912, you'd be like, yeah, he took my swag, and you'd be talking about your fortune because someone robbed you, and you'd be like, he took my swag, but you'd be completely unironic about it.
Shirts with a company's logo on.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure swag. Oh, okay. This is sorry. I'm just searching.
This is the
etymology of
swag.
Welcome to Etymology
Well, that's
Weekly, where we talk
informal.
about the
A certain
origins
piece
of words.
of fabric fastened so as to hang in a drooping curve.
We've been using it wrong,
Oh,
gentlemen.
dang. Well, now, forever, I shall now use the word swag appropriately.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
a piece of fabric or
A
something.
curved piece of fabric. I don't know.
If I ever see a curved
would
piece
this
of
neck
fabric
color
drooping,
be a swag? Like the color of my
I think
shirt?
it's a specific thing. I don't know. Who cares?
Because like, it's drooping.
But it's back to what we were talking
yeah, okay, we got some good stuff today.
Yeah, speaking
Today's,
of segues.
Artisan Assortment of Topics, volume something.
Is it
We've already
artisan?
gone through
Where
two
does artisan
topics.
come
Oh,
from?
yeah,
Where does
swag
artisan
and
come
segue.
from?
What?
Artisan. What does it mean?
It means
It
like...
means artsy,
Oh,
doesn't it?
Jack, look it up.
Yeah, I don't think it exactly means artsy because artsy
it means like
art is artistic.
made by
but
an artist.
Because
I know they have like artisan food,
And there's, like,
artisan
artisanal-
clothing, all that
Artisan
So, like,
assortments
here's an
of topics.
artisanal cracker. It's just a cracker with like a drop of olive oil on it.
I think it
Like,
means
what does that
It's
mean?
it's like some sort of pretentious term.
Yeah.
A worker in a skilled trade, especially one that
No, a
involves
food and do a food and drink.
made in a traditional or non-mechanized way,
Oh, okay. So,
well,
all right.
using
all right.
high quality ingredients.
So
This
are
podcast
we-
certainly
is made
uses
in a
high-quality
non-traditional and
ingredients.
non-mechanized way
yeah,
because we're bad at recording things.
and we got high quality ingredients as well.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, us.
being the three of us.
Yeah,
That's sarcasm if I've ever heard it. Anyways, let's move on.
well, I was being sincere.
Anyway, back to the show.
Oh well. Oh no. Anyways, yes.
Here's the
Artisan
challenge.
Yes.
Here's a challenge.
Don't look
let's
up a
make it
word
so
for
we-
5 minutes.
I mean, I guess Jack and I are the only ones who can see the topics, but let's have a challenge to segue seamlessly from every topic
Oh, yeah,
to the
okay.
next
This
one.
episode will be starting our segue challenge. If we can segue between topics without you noticing that we changed topics,
Oh yeah.
then we got it.
I think we can do it. I think we can do
I
it.
challenge Hussein locally, Ben Shane, and Daniel Asbel to the
Oh, I didn't- I
Segway
didn't-
challenge.
Do the
Oh,
segment
okay.
challenge or donate $100 to ALS.
It's so boring. This challenge, unlike the ice bucket challenge, takes about 2 hours, and
And you have to have a podcast.
yeah,
It's only for podcasters. So everyone can do it. It's great.
yeah.
It's
Speaking
really the
of
people's
podcasts,
medium.
If we were on a podcast about the kind of things that this podcast is about, something we might want to cover was James Gunn.
Okay, we already lost the challenge.
No, we
No,
can
no.
bring
We're
it
still
back.
going. We're still going. You can
Okay.
do this. Yeah, James
So-
Gunn. Let's talk about him.
If you remember, you might have forgotten, but James Gunn was fired.
You may have forgotten.
Yeah.
I did, in fact.
It was
Thank
a
you for
blink or you
reminding
miss
me.
it moment. But I wrote a James Gunn update here. The only
Yeah.
update thing is that apparently,
What did we say last time?
Last time he was like,
said,
he got fired, lol.
yeah.
That was about the gist
But
of it.
apparently, Kevin Feige and the folks at Marvel Studios are
They want him
lobbying.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they want him back. Disney was the ones that fired him.
I have
Yeah.
a further update.
What?
They're not rehiring him. According to Variety a couple days ago, they were like, yeah, we're not rehiring James Gunn. So,
Yeah.
Was it
But
official?
apparently,
Hmm?
but apparently he got a lot of offers from other studios.
yeah, DC
Yeah,
included,
reportedly.
apparently. Although, apparently,
But-
it was all just kind of like, hey, we'd like to work with you, but we can't make any formal, like, things until his contract is, like, hashed out with
Yeah.
Disney. Because he still has a contract with them, which he can't do anything with any other studios until he figures that out.
Yeah,
But
but he,
apparently recently photos have surfaced, which had him at some weird parties or something.
Well, here's
So
the
I
thing,
guess
I've
they're
seen
digging
those
up more
photos
from his
before.
past.
I've seen those photos before somewhere.
Yep.
I know I've seen them, but it's just a weirder context now, I guess.
yeah.
Did you see
I-
them, Will?
No, I haven't seen them.
He's like dressed as like a priest, and the party is based on a TV show which is about pedophilia, which is not good.
That's weird.
And there's like half the girls are like dressed up as like little girls with pigtails or whatever, and he's dressed up as like this priest, and he's like looming over them or something. And people are just like, "Oh my God, he's a rapist!" And like, no, it's just a costume party, and it's a little insensitive, but like,
Well, I think the main point is that he's very different from what he was back then.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't see him doing that nowadays, would you?
Like Robert Downey Jr. was
Yeah.
supposedly
Why are they
a
not
terrible
firing
person.
Robert Downey Jr.? Because he crashed
I know,
a
yeah.
car while high on
And no one,
cocaine.
no one would want him to be fired. Like no
Exactly.
one would want James Gunn to be fired.
Yeah.
Well, it's because Disney acted just too rash. Like,
Well,
in
they
this
wouldn't
situation.
do Robert Downey Jr. because he's like a face, and James Gunn isn't really a face.
He is
like,
to
you're-
us.
you're-
Not as
He
much,
is
but
to
he
film
definitely
Twitter.
is.
But like your average moviegoer who goes to see 3 movies a year and they're all Marvel movies doesn't know who James Gunn is and what he looks like.
No, they all know who James Gunn is,
than like,
but they don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
No, well, I feel like those
he's definitely a face, but he's not as big of a face as obviously an actor in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, and then Dave Bautista came out. I don't think we talked about this, but he said that he would ask to be released from his contract.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it. If we did talk about it, but then after the pictures got released, he released another tweet, which was just at someone being like, "Wow, look at your director now. You still support him?" And he was like, "Fuck you, you're the worst." And like in this tweet, he says this, and he's like, "I still support him. These are pictures from a party from years ago in which he did nothing. He's not a rapist. He just went to a party. So y'all need to back off." And I was like, "All right, good job, Dave Bautista. Good on you for the loyalty." I like that.
Did you see the trailer? Did you see the trailer for that movie where Dave Bautista is in a sports stadium?
Yes.
And he's like, "I need to get the Russian diplomat, or something will happen."
That's the plot of most movies.
Yeah.
To be fair, I need to
It
get
felt
the
like it was
Russian
made for
diplomat,
$5.
or something will happen.
Yeah.
Most action movies made after 2006.
That's like the plot of any movie. I need to do something or something will happen.
Well, yeah, but I mean like Russian diplomat specifically.
Yeah.
Every single movie has a Russian diplomat in it. It's a requirement now by the MPAA.
Speaking of foreign films.
Yeah, when you say "speaking of,"
That's not a segue. Hold on.
Segue.
Well, just tell me what the next piece of news is, and I'll craft a segue.
Well, I mean, we don't have to do these all in order.
We don't have to.
What's the most natural segue?
Can
we briefly talk about that new? Can we briefly? Speaking of trailers, because you mentioned the trailer for the Russian diplomat movie. Did you guys see that ad for The Nun that's playing in YouTube videos that makes me want to die?
Yeah.
No,
it's like a horrible jump scare, right?
It's like 3 seconds or 4 seconds it's like 3 seconds of someone messing with their audio controls, like on a Mac computer, and it's like that on the screen, and then silence, and then a nun pops out and screams at you, and it's like The Nun, and that's it. It's 5 seconds long, so you can't skip it. You cannot skip it, and it's a terrible jump scare.
It really
upsets me, honestly.
Thing. Yeah, I watched that with the sound off.
Yeah, me too.
That's not cool.
No. God, it bothers me. But anyways, yeah. Speaking of things that bother me.
Speaking of not cool. I can't get it.
Speaking of TIFF.
Speaking of, we were on the topic, yeah.
Speaking of Toronto International Film Festival. Toronto International Film Festival.
Here's a side story. I don't want to go into the specifics of it.
Sure.
But Kielan and I saw Cameron Bailey the other week.
We did! I was so happy! He smiled at me.
Let's not go into the specifics of it.
We were on the 4th floor in the volunteer lounge. And Cameron Bailey walks out of the washroom. And I kind of give him like a smile. I'm like, hey, Cameron. I didn't say anything, but I smiled at him. And then he looks at me with this kind of smirk. And he's like, And he gives me like this kind of like, he looks like a pirate when he did it. But he kind of gives me like a little bit of like a nod and a wink kind of thing. And I'm like, Cameron Bailey smiled at me. He knows I exist. That matters a lot to me.
Yeah. Cameron Bailey, if you didn't know.
And Will was standing next to me, but facing the other direction. Will, you were standing next to me, but facing the other direction. And it was quite a special time for both of us.
Yeah.
That sounds very special.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cameron Bailey. Will's uncle hates Cameron Bailey.
Speaking of Cameron Bailey, did you hear about the TIFF announcements?
I did. Let's talk about Midnight Madness.
Oh, do you want to talk about what happened a couple weeks ago, actually?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that now. Okay, so, Will, do you want to tell the story or shall I?
You can do it.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, and this is actually acknowledged, there's a follow-up to the story now, which I don't think you know about. So, a couple weeks ago, when they were announcing, I think it was like the Canadian thing, we were all on Twitter talking about the movies that got picked, as you do, and then some guy tweeted out like a picture of Halloween being at TIFF, and we were like, no, it's not going to be at TIFF. They're not going to bring Halloween to TIFF. What is this guy? He's probably messing with the HTML. And then there's another movie that like was rumored to be there, and that he posts a picture of, and it's like, these haven't been announced. None of these have been announced. So what's going on? So we go onto the site, and well, they're not there. And we're like, well, just try going to the Midnight Madness page. Well, that's not working. So what else can you do? Well, what if we just type into the URL? We just replace the movie title for ones that do exist with movies that haven't been announced yet. And it worked. So instead of, for example, like, well, at the time, not Boy Erased. What's it called? Beautiful Boy had been announced. Replace Beautiful Boy with Halloween, and the page was there. It hadn't been announced yet, but the page was already up online. And so we just went on and started replacing all the names of all the movies that we wanted to see. There are still some that haven't been announced that we have confirmed. We're not going to say them because we don't want to go behind TIFF's back, even though it would be an exclusive. But we do know
That's
several.
what reporters do, right?
I mean, they do,
Yeah.
but I don't want to piss off TIFF because I like working with them, and Cameron Bailey smiled at me. But anyways, there are several titles that we know are going to be there that haven't been announced yet.
Anything I've heard of?
Yes, actually. Things that you've seen trailers for.
Tell me after then.
I will. But that's all the clues I'm giving. But a lot of stuff, we basically confirmed...
That narrows it down a lot.
Yeah, we basically confirmed all of the Midnight Madness a week before it was announced, and several special presentations and a couple of the Masters, which still haven't been
Star Wars
announced.
9.
So it was really exciting. But then the follow-up to that story... Wait, what'd you say?
Star Wars 9.
Oh yes, that one is. That's right. There you go. No,
It's the one.
Oh
Damn
my god.
it.
No, but
Exclusive.
A brief follow-up to this is that in the Midnight Madness, every year he does like a little guessing game the night before. He posts clues as to what the movies are so people can guess, and then at 10 a.m. the next day they announce the films. And at the very beginning he said, "I know some of you have shrewdly peered into the future, so don't spoil it for people." So he knows about the leak, I guess. Because I'm sure that it made its rounds in the TIFF office.
Reprimanded.
Yeah, as Roland and I were walking over to TIFF that day, we were like, Cameron Bailey cut off someone's head today. We don't know who, but Cameron Bailey ascended from his iron throne.
Descended.
Or descended, because he lives on the top floor of the TIFF ballet box. Yeah, but so that was a fun little thing that happened. But now we can talk about the Midnight Madness movies freely.
Yeah.
Halloween. Predator. Cool. Whoa. I was not expecting
Sorry, you cut
Predator.
out for a second. I assume you said The Predator, right?
I did. I was not expecting Predator to be here.
Yeah, me neither.
That's really cool.
I heard that in an elevator, and I was like, what?
When did you
I didn't
hear
say
it?
it out loud.
Wait, like the day before it was announced or after?
No, it was a bit after.
Oh, okay. So they were like chatting about it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. So I'm excited.
Anything else?
Gaspar Noé's new film, Climax, is going to be there. I want to see that one. I've only seen one of his films, and it wasn't fantastic. I'm going to talk about it later. But I'm excited for this new one. It looks interesting, I guess, hopefully. Sophia Boutella's in it. She's good. What else is there? There's... I know a lot of people were hoping for El Royale.
Oh, yeah.
But that didn't get picked. I think a lot of people are still very excited about Halloween, because that's a really big name to come to TIFF, along with Predator, obviously, but Halloween kind of has this kind of... It's got a really big cult following because it's like a John Carpenter movie and everything. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited for that.
That's a one-night only thing, right?
Yeah,
so I don't
it's a one
know
night...
if we'll be able to see that.
No, I'm going to the Midnight Madness for it. You getting
the one-night thing? Are you sure that you'll be able to secure a seat?
Yeah, they said it's not premium. If we buy it with the ticket package, we can get it. It should be good. Hold on, I'm just pulling up the page so I can read the list better. Aside from here we go. Climax. There's one called Diamantino. I don't know anything about that one. It looks really weird though, as most of them do. The Man Who Feels No Pain. Nectochronic, which we also confirmed beforehand, it's like some kind of weird Australian film that was made with like a shoestring budget, and it's just 80s campy horror stuff, and it seems really fun, so I want to see that one if I can. In Fabric has good buzz around it. The Wind, I've not really heard much around. And there's one called Standoff at Sparrow Creek, which looks interesting. The Predator is going to be the opening night film, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get to that one, because that's a Thursday night, but we can probably see it at a repeat showing. Yeah. And also Halloween will have a press screening, so we could go to see that at 9 a.m. on a Saturday or something. So that might work. And then there's Assassination Nation, which also has a bit of a buzz around it. So that one should be something. And Halloween, this is the world premiere for Halloween, actually. That's cool. And also world premiere for Predator. That's Shane Black?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I like him.
That's like the only thing about that movie that seems promising to me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, the fact that it got picked up by TIFF is actually pretty cool. Huh?
Alan Silvestri for like the score?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Is it set at
He's
Christmas?
one
Is
of
the real question.
The only 4 top tier composers. So they better hope so.
Wait, wasn't it 3?
No, it was Hans
it was
Zimmer,
Junkie
John
XL?
Williams,
Michael
Alan
Giacchino.
Silvestri, and Michael Giacchino's there.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
You know what's something sad? You know how there's 2 brothers? There's like Harry Gregson Williams and some other guy
Rupert
Gregson
Gregson
Williams. Yeah. I saw a thing. I looked at both of their pages on Spotify, and one of them has a merchandise thing for a score that the other one made.
Oh,
And I was
sad.
like, oh, that's a sad mistake.
Sorry, I'm just pulling up the other thing in case we haven't talked about some of this stuff. Where's the program?
That's good, actually. Henry Jackman's good.
Henry Jackman does everything.
Henry Jackman
Yeah.
isn't like top tier yet, though.
No, but I really like him.
Yeah,
He's good, but he's not one of the greats.
He's a
No.
little generic at times.
He did Uncharted 4,
Yeah.
right?
He did Uncharted 4. He did Winter Soldier and Civil War. He did.
I think the
Kong
Civil
Skull.
War score is kind of bad.
Yeah, but
I think he makes a
Winter
lot of
Soldier-
generic action. Like, he does like every action.
Yeah. Oh, he also did Kingsman. That was good.
Yeah, that one has a theme I remember. If
Yeah.
you asked me, I could not remember the theme to Civil War at all.
No, the Winter Soldier soundtrack is really good though. I like
kazoos.
certain parts of
The
it
kazoos.
because it's just me. Oh yeah,
Oh,
That's
here's
the
one that we
best
didn't talk
use of
about.
kazoos ever.
Basically, the only documentary people are really talking.
Oh, yeah.
I know Daniel's really excited about one of these documentaries. I can't remember which one it is, but it's like by someone else. I'm trying to. I want to mention it, or else he's gonna kill me. Also, there's a winner. Okay, actually, no. There's 3. There's 3 if you count this one. Okay, I can't seem to find. Is it Quincy by Rashida Jones? Because I recognize that name.
oh yeah.
Either way, there's one that Daniel's very excited for. It's a documentary, but then there's Meeting Gorbachev by Werner Herzog. So that's kind of exciting. And then the big one is Fahrenheit 11/9 by Michael Moore.
Yeah,
That's pretty big.
I want to see that. No,
Yeah,
that's good.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, depending on when it comes out. Do you know when it comes out?
I don't. This is all gonna be stuff that we're gonna have to
Figure out.
take into consideration.
Yeah, because last year we saw The Mountain Between Us and then realized that not only was it bad, but it came out a week later.
Yeah,
Which was a bad idea.
or a
but,
good
yeah.
good idea because
No.
we wouldn't have seen that gem if we didn't.
That gem, it was like 20th on my list of last year. Oh, it's way lower. It's like 30 or 35th. It's such a weird film. No, but Fahrenheit 11/9 looks interesting. Did you guys see the trailer?
Yes,
Jack? No?
No.
it looks
That's
like a Michael Moore movie.
It does. I don't like the fact that Michael Moore is so present in all of his movies, because every single one of his movies starts to blend together because it's like, it's Michael Moore and he's on the warpath.
He's
and
on a
gonna
quest
do the thing.
to
Yeah, he's on the
find
quest
political
every time.
justice.
Every
Yeah.
single time. Like, I get it. I get that that's a style of filmmaking, but at the same time, like, after a while, you're just like, I get it. You're in the movie and you're doing a
Yeah.
thing. I understand this. And then there's
Michael
a
Moore
like,
disapproves of the current political climate in some way.
whoa, hot take. Remember that time when he won the Oscar and then like called out George Bush on stage and the entire crowd started booing him because at that time Hollywood wasn't liberal, and he went on stage and he was like, "We don't approve of your politics, Mr. Whatever his Bush," and the audience is like, "Boo!" If he gets nominated and or wins best documentary this year, that could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have a feeling that Won't You Be My Neighbor has a better chance.
Yeah.
And I hope it wins. I hope Won't You Be My Neighbor wins, because that's an amazing movie. Anyways, what's next?
Yeah.
That's
I
Jeff.
agree. Won't You Be My Neighbor? Won't Star Trek 4 happen or not be my neighbor? Star Trek 4.
I haven't heard
Chris
this
Pine
news.
and
What's
Chris
going on?
Hemsworth
Yeah.
dropped out. Can they drop out? They don't have his contract?
I don't think they do.
Did Chris
It
Pine
was like-
drop out?
Chris Hemsworth, who played his dad in the first one for like a 5-minute scene, and Chris Pine, who of course plays Captain Kirk in the new ones, both backed out from negotiations about the movie. I think it probably was about money or something.
God.
What is Chris Pine doing? He has no other roles.
He was
Yeah.
Jack Ryan. No,
Oh,
now
you're
John
right,
Krasinski's
you're right.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah, but
His best
so
role.
what's Chris Pine gonna do? Like, it's his biggest.
Oh,
Gonna
Wonder
do
Woman.
another Princess Diaries movie.
But he died.
Oh, he's back. Remember?
Who?
Chris Pine is in in Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah, he is somehow.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
I don't know.
Because they don't know how to do lasting stakes in blockbuster movies anymore.
Yeah,
it's great.
So he's giving his career to DC.
To DC.
I mean,
he's in Star Trek.
He probably just has like an
also
overinflated ego. Now he's like, excuse you, I was in Wonder Woman. You
But
can't
also-
talk to me.
Star Trek
He must
Beyond.
have like had this really confident like speech like I'm done here, and then walked out and he's like, what did I just do?
What am I in? I'm in one movie. Let's
It's like,
check
wait
his
a minute,
IMDb.
Wonder
Let's see what he
Woman?
has upcoming.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth is in a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously he's
Chris
Thor,
Hemsworth is
but
raking
also,
it in. He can afford to lose that.
Yeah,
You know what they
I
should
mean,
do instead?
Marvel-
They should move ahead on the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie.
yeah.
I want to see that. That's gonna be so cool.
But, oh god, what was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
I can't remember. Continue.
Here we go. His last movie was A Wrinkle in Time, so he's already on his way down. His
He's
next,
on the
wait.
decline.
Yeah,
his
Star
next
Trek
movie
Beyond.
is Outlaw King, where he played Robert the Bruce.
Oh,
the
that's
character's name.
that's a newer thing, I think.
Yeah. That he's in I Am the Night.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, sure. That's in post-production. He's in Wonder Woman 1984. He's in untitled Star Trek sequel. Lol, no, he isn't. And
Well, I
he's
think there's
in
a chance
all
that
the
he
old all the old knives.
Hmm.
All right, what's all the old knives? It's announced.
Okay, but I
not
think one
even-
of the reasons is that Star Trek Beyond, even though it was critically acclaimed, didn't do very well. Like, it didn't make that much money.
Yeah.
A lot of these
It's the
movies
best
hit like
one,
$1
too.
trillion, but Star Trek Beyond is the third Star Trek movie.
and no one cares about Star Trek anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Except for
'Cause Star
like
Trek's kinda-
diehard
Because they
fans.
lost JJ. They lost JJ to Star Wars.
Yeah, but JJ made Into Darkness as well.
And
Yeah.
Into Darkness is
But
kinda
everyone loved
trash.
that, right? That was
Oh yeah, that's true. Into Darkness is my favorite film of all time.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Me too.
Remember the bit when
Okay.
Captain Kirk is just punching Benedict Cumberbatch and then he's like, I don't feel pain
Yeah.
or something.
I do.
Benedict Cumberbatch
Remember
is
that
a
action
cool
scene
guy in that
with the Klingons where there's 25 cuts per second because J.J. Abrams didn't choreograph
Yeah,
the
JJ
scene
Abrams in
ahead of
action
time?
scenes. JJ Abrams is crazy with his. That's one thing.
so
he's-
reckless. Like, how do you do that where you don't choreograph the action scene, the cameras, or the actors?
Yeah, just kind of lazy.
That's
Yeah.
not only lazy, but like how that's reckless as a director. Because like, what are you gonna do? You just have to come up with it on the fly. You have like a couple days to shoot it, and you're like, it's okay, I'll figure it out. No, you won't. Play in your movie. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
it's a
I have
very
a perfect
blockbuster
segue.
thing, but I think it's slowly fixing itself.
I have a perfect segue from this.
Okay.
I ruined it by saying that, but
That's fine.
Speaking of segues.
of not taking that much time to plan out action scenes and letting the stars, become familiar with the choreography.
Yeah,
Wait,
speaking
can
of
I take a
Iron
guess?
Fist season 1 had
Oh.
that issue. Iron Fist season 2 is coming out soon, but you know what else is a Netflix show? Daredevil season 3, which is apparently coming out this year, and also The Punisher season 2 finished filming this year, and that's
Keep going.
what
Keep
I have
going.
to say.
We don't need to discuss it. Keep going. Keep the segue
There's
going.
also Stranger
I'm-
Things season 3.
That's true.
Somewhere.
Yes. Did you see the set
Somewhere out
pictures?
there.
No.
I didn't see anything. I know there was
There's
a
some
teaser.
set pictures of
watch
like
it.
Millie Bobby Brown and the girl who plays Max, kind of like having a bit of fun, and Noah Schnaps and whatever, like doing his thing on his phone or whatever. But at least they're filming. The costumes look fun again. It's coming out next summer,
Nice.
so I'm very excited. I'm so excited.
I'm currently most of the way through Daredevil season 2, having never seen it before, and it's I feel I'm getting into the Infinite Ninjas part of it, but the first half is very, very strong. I didn't expect, because I'd heard it was like okay, but it's especially like all the stuff with the Punisher is like really good.
If you remember
So-
correctly, a couple episodes ago I said I would watch those along with Will. I didn't, because
Yeah.
instead I decided to watch weird French sex movies, which I'll talk about later.
You should. It's did not let me down. Thought it would, but it didn't.
Did it never run
And-
around and hurt you either?
No.
No.
Speaking of Rick Astley, did you see the new Venom trailer?
What?
Yeah.
I did. I hated it.
Man, doesn't it look bad?
Tom
I
Hardy's
think it
quitting
looks-
acting, by the way.
It's definitely not Marvel tier.
No. Also, yeah. Did
It
you
looks
guys hear
Marvel
Tom
Studios
Hardy's
too, that
quitting
is.
acting now?
What?
Yeah. He released a statement which being like, "I'm tired of acting," and I'm like, "Oh, what did Venom do to you?"
He'll be back in a couple of years.
I'm sure, but like, I'm sure he's gonna go and be like a woodworker on a farm or something for like a couple of years and rediscover himself.
It just feels like a movie that should have been released 10 years ago.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
agreed.
It has like
I feel like there's a lot of potential, like because it's like a cool premise, but
it feels
just
so
the way
like
it's...
Iron Man 2008 era.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but with none of the positives of Iron Man 2000.
It did feel like an older kind of superhero thing.
Yeah. Which has been left in the dust for a reason.
Yes, which is to say, bad.
Well, I don't think necessarily. I think it's just that.
Do you remember the superhero films of that era? We're talking Daredevil. We're talking Elektra. We're talking Catwoman. These are not good things. These are not nostalgic.
And Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is different. That's not even a superhero movie. That's just a good movie that happens to be a superhero movie. The other ones are superhero first.
But I think still, you can make a good movie with the.
You can make a good movie with a superhero in that era, but not if you go into it saying, I'm going to make a superhero movie. If you have to go into it saying, I'm going to make like a good movie with well-structured characters and a good plot,
maybe they did.
Not just a bunch of weird gray
I'm not
stuff
saying it's going to be good. I'm saying from what I saw, it's not looking as good as I hoped it would be, but still I think it could be good.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe also, I forgot to mention, when we were doing that, like, looking through the TIFF databases to try to find movies, we all at the same time had the idea that Venom might be at TIFF, so we all looked up to see, we all checked to see if Venom was there, and it wasn't, so don't worry, Venom will not be at TIFF. How good would
that have been?
I would have not
What's the URL?
You gonna check again? Here, just for posterity's sake, I'm gonna check right now to make sure that Venom is not playing TIFF this year.
Yeah, it could be a new thing.
Yeah, well, they said they were still confirming stuff.
It's so crazy that I would believe it.
Well, they have
because it seems like Sony being like, we need to kickstart this somehow. What if we played it at a film festival and they have like the Marvel Studios logo, or not Marvel Studios, but like in association with Marvel, and then they have like that olive branch thing. It's like official selection TIFF 2018.
There's it's called The Laurel, and also there's no Venom at TIFF this year. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, there is a precedent for superhero films opening film festivals. I mean, Logan opened the Venice Film Festival. No, not Venice, the Berlin Film Festival last year. So, it could happen. But that's also because Logan's just a good movie. And Venom won't
That's disappointing and strange. Speaking of disappointing and strange, depending on if you think that it is disappointing and strange,
Will Sexlife.
The new Oscar category, Oscar for popular film.
You know I'm going to yell. You know I'm going to yell.
I mean, everyone has talked to death about this already.
But we haven't.
It's really weird. I don't like it.
It's bad. I'm so upset about it. I'm so upset about all of it. Jack, did you hear about this?
Yeah, I was joking to Will that it should be after Best Picture. It should be the most pretentious award.
Oh God, that would be the worst.
But really, it seems like a scheme. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Disney who thought of it, but it was just the what do you call it, the Academy.
Yeah.
But it seems like a scheme for Disney to promote themselves.
Yeah, it does. But here's the thing: Black Panther's gonna win, even though Mission Impossible Fallout deserves it this year. Yeah. And we're gonna have to start debating what blockbusters deserve an Oscar. Does this mean that... what does popular even mean?
Is it the best film that is popular or the most popular?
Yeah,
I think
film
it's the
that
best
made the
film
most
that
money.
is popular. No, they're not going to give an award to the film that made the most money. Because if they do, I would stop watching the Oscars, because that's the stupidest thing. But what is popular? Is it just an arbitrary word that like if people think it's a blockbuster, they'll vote for it?
Well,
like, what does that
I
mean?
guess so.
This year, I think it's cultural impact because
it's going to be Black Panther. It's made for Black
obviously.
Panther. But the question is, in future, are they going to do? Is it like defined by like how much money movies made to get them to qualify for the category? Because awarding films based on the fact that they made money, especially with like what are they? They're also doing the thing now where they're shortening the show in 2020, so they're going to give out technical awards during the commercial breaks. What are you doing? Not only is it lame, I want to see them too, but you're going to give away sound mixing during a commercial break, and then you're going to... let's not give like an indie film with these people that worked their asses off to mix this movie, which is a hard skill. Let's not give them the televised credit. Instead, let's promote Disney some more, because they're the ones who need it, right? Disney! needs the money. They need the promotion. They're not getting enough.
Oh god, Keelan's on a roll.
Because over the last few years, they've been like declining like crazy. Yeah. Apparently, in the 2018 Oscars, they had 20%. I think it was 24% less viewers than the 2017 Oscars. So they're dying fast, so they need to...
But
I also think
who cares? No one's gonna watch the Oscars. Back in the years when the Oscars had there were 3 channels on TV, everyone's gonna watch the Oscars because hey, there's Hollywood celebrities. Nowadays, no one cares about them because no one even goes to the movies anymore. Anyways, people just watch. If you made the Netflix Oscars, people would watch it because it's about the content. And now they think, if we just bring in some blockbusters, people are gonna watch the Oscars. It's not gonna matter. No one's gonna care. The only thing that you're doing is allowing Michael Bay to win an Oscar. And if he does, I'm going to kill myself.
Popular moviegoers aren't going to have seen the 8 movies that are nominated for Best Picture, but they'll have seen Infinity War and Black Panther.
But the thing is, it's very most popular film is such a boring topic. If you want to do something, do Best Action Movie. That would be better.
Don't do Best Action Movie. Do Best Stunt Choreography, which is an award people have been asking for years. If you want Tom Cruise to win an Oscar, do that. He'll win an Oscar.
Yeah.
And okay, you know what really salts my apples? You want to know what really salts?
I would love to hear it.
I'm sure. I'm trying to remember now, but I'm still in the angry phase. But I've forgotten my point. All right. Yeah. So hold on.
Why don't we list a couple topics, a couple awards that we think would be better.
Oh no, sir, I remember the thing. I saw a tweet, which is, and this is so accurate, the Oscars needs to stop trying to branch out or whatever and trying to get more viewers. They need to play to the audience they have. They have a captive audience of intense film fans who will still watch the show no matter what. If the Oscars, and this is what the tweet said, if the Oscars knew their audience well enough, what they would do is have Isabelle Huppert go out on stage and read all the films she disliked from that year, and people would love it. That's the audience that wants to watch that show. They need to stop. I hate it. I'm so pissed.
I think the thing is that audience that they do have is slowly lowering in numbers because people aren't, over the generations, people aren't going to be as...
They're going to have to deal with it. That's what's going to happen. That's what happens with award shows. They're starting to phase out.
This is their way of dealing with it.
Yeah, but this is not the right way to deal with it. They have to accept the fact that they're falling into obscurity because it's an arbitrary awards show, which is just a bunch of Hollywood people giving themselves a pat on the back. It's nothing, all right? It doesn't matter. Obviously, their rankings are going to go down. We love it because we're nerds, and we enjoy this kind of thing. But most people find it somewhat boring, especially when most of the films are good and they don't see them because they just see Marvel movies. So keep rewarding the films that deserve it, understand that your audience is getting smaller, acknowledge it, understand it, maybe make the show a little bit smaller, but don't make it shorter and short shift the people who deserve the credit. It's stupid, and also on top of all of that, it's demeaning to the people who make actually good action films. Because what it's telling them is, hey, here's a category for you guys, because you're not good enough to get a Best Picture nomination. What if they did that to Logan? If Logan won Best Popular Film, that would piss me off, because it deserved to be up in the top tier of the best films of the year, but they're just rewarding it for being a popular film. They're just rewarding it because it made enough money to get into that category. They should be rewarding the films that were good enough. They should be awarding merit, because the entire point of the Oscars is achievement in, not achievement in making money, achievement in making a good movie. And they're not awarding that. And I'm really angry about it. If you can't tell, I'm done.
I mean, from a business perspective...
Fuck business!
It is the move to make. But I see what you're saying.
I don't even know if that would draw people in, because it feels like a not objective category.
Well, I mean, like we were saying, it would probably be better if they made, Best Action Movie, Best Stunts, whatever. Yeah. But I guess this was their quick fix for...
Yeah. Let's move on. Because Kielan's at a boiling point, I think. Did you like Kingsman 2?
No.
Haven't seen it.
Do you think that would have won Best Popular Oscar? There's my segue.
No.
You know what we should do?
Me neither.
Maybe not right now, but we should look through previous years' high-grossing films and see what would have won.
Versus what should have won.
Best Popular.
Yeah. Kingsman 3 is apparently happening. And... they're also making a prequel TV series. Oh. Anyway, speaking of prequel TV series, Idris Elba might be playing James Bond. We already talked about that.
That's cool. I'm excited about that.
Not in a prequel TV series, just in the movies. That segue didn't work.
No.
It derailed.
What does it have to do with TV shows?
Everything. So Idris Elba has some... He tweeted something that led people to believe that he might be playing James Bond in the future. Make a couple things.
In a 10-minute short.
Yeah. In a fan-made movie. And then he'll get Stephen Lang to play someone.
They're making a Metal Gear Solid movie.
Yeah.
This is Comic-Con news, but
Jordan Voight's Roberts.
Yeah.
Vogg's Roberts.
He seems pretty into it.
Yeah.
Could be good. Anyway.
Okay. Remember a while ago when we talked about Mission Impossible in space? No, sorry. Fast and Furious in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every day.
Yeah. There was like an interview with Tom Cruise where somebody asked him about if Mission Impossible would ever go to space, and he didn't say no, which is a thing. So he
would probably want it to.
Yeah, he said like, well, we'd have to figure out how to do it, and we need to work it into
like
the story.
It's like what Colin Trevorrow said about Star Wars 9. He would film it in space if he could.
Yeah, but
he was fired.
But that would be terrible.
Yeah, because he's Colin Trevorrow.
Would run Disney into the ground.
Oh yeah. And I would like to see a Mission Impossible movie in space because that would be really funny. But I feel like it needs to say if they go to space, they need to go to space. I want a certain level of
they need to do it.
Realism in my Mission Impossible movies. And by realism, I don't mean people act how people really act. I mean Tom Cruise jumps out of a spaceship for real.
What do you call the dives they do in space?
Halo jump. Space jumps.
Space so jumps. That's the one.
High space, slow velocity.
He's got to do a space so jump.
Yeah, like Felix Baumgartner.
The space. This has nothing to do with movies, but Space Force. Hear about Space Force?
Oh yeah. Paul, let's.
Maybe that's what the next Mission Impossible movie will be about.
Fighting Space Force.
We teamed up with Space Force.
Oh yeah, the head of Space Force will be like the IMF is a play games hands and shoulders. I don't know what I'm saying. Knees and toes.
That would make an awesome movie. That would make awesome. Like, and great publicity for Space Force.
Yeah, who would they get to play the Henry Cavill of Space Force?
Elon Musk.
Imagine the bathroom fight with Elon Musk as Henry Cavill.
Oh my god, Elon Musk should be an actor. Like
Elon Musk is an Iron Man too.
Yeah, but
he is. That's true. I didn't realize that until like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't that big back then, was he?
No.
But
now he called someone a pedophile.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In bad public image or something. He's like if he became a evil scientist. People would like, well, I mean, like terrorizing the world and like freezing the world, and then some guy would go in and punch him out, and then disable the freeze ray or something. Like, people would look back and be like, Elon Musk, yeah, that sounds like a evil mastermind.
Also, he looks like one too. He looks so scary, legit.
But he acts like one as well. Like he's like, I'll make a train that's faster than light.
He's basically Lex Luthor. Yeah.
He is. Yeah. He'll run for president one day.
I can't wait for him to destroy the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, better that than global warming.
Ayo, Lamo.
Or Space Force.
Are you excited for Space Force?
No.
I'm excited for Space Force.
No.
It's so stupid, but I'm excited for it.
Speaking of space, did you hear? This is today actually when we're recording this, and hopefully I won't post this today. NASA launched a satellite or a probe that will go to the sun and it will survey the sun, which is pretty cool
that is
in
really
my
cool.
book.
Yeah, it's supposedly monitoring. Cool. What is it? It's monitoring like heat fluctuation and solar flares and stuff.
Yeah, and like solar wind.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think we were talking about Space Force at some point over the last week or two, and you were like, "What are they gonna do?" And I was like, "They're gonna just shoot at satellites when they come by." So they'll bring AK-47s up into space, and there'll just be constantly 10 people out on a spacewalk. And if they pass a satellite in orbit, they'll just shoot their guns at it, and they'll just ping off the side. But they'll be like, "Yeah, America!"
I'd imagine Space Force is just 2 people on either side of the ISS with guns,
threatening everyone else inside.
Stay inside.
These plants are ours.
They'll probably take over the Chinese. But anyway, who cares?
The Chinese space station. We need to get into the Chinese space station, and then we need to jettison back to the Earth.
I thought you were going for a Geostorm joke for a second. I got very excited.
Yeah.
They should
In
build
Gravity,
Dutch Boy.
they say
Space Force
the
should go to
Chinese
defend
space
Dutch
station a
Boy.
lot.
That greasy bitch in the sky.
Dutch Boy. They need to make Dutch Boy.
I want Elon Musk to make Dutch Boy.
I will forgive everything that the current political establishment has done if they reveal that the main directive of Space Force is to create Dutch Boy as in Geostorm.
And they're gonna call it Dutch Boy after that revolutionary film.
Yeah, they have to say, as like in Geostorm.
Like in that great critically acclaimed movie Geostorm.
And we're nicknaming it Dutch Boy, and it will take on as a public nickname.
because we say so.
Yes.
Oh, Dutch Boy. That slobbery ass. Love it. That greasy wench.
It is mind-boggling to believe. I mean, that movie.
To believe that Dutch Boy's up there. Me too, man. It's hard to fathom. It gets me all choked up every time I think about it.
In that movie, it's set 10 years in the future, or something like that. Or it's like 15 years in the future.
Yeah.
And they have a Dutch Boy, and they have a network of satellites which control the weather and circle the entire planet.
Yep.
Like, in 15 years. And they're just
Yep.
like... And then Dutch Boy gets destroyed because it touches the boy too hard. And then it's like 6 months
Which
later.
coincidentally is what Kevin Spacey was accused of.
But then it's like 6 months later, and they're fishing, and then it's just like, they remade Dutch Boy again. And it's just like, shows the rocket
Dutch
blasting
Boy
up in
2. You're frozen.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna assume you're laughing uproariously.
Geostorm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
What
Yeah.
a time to be alive.
So, want to talk about some movies?
What have we been doing?
That's true. Fair point.
I don't know. That's the real answer is I don't know what we've been doing.
That's true.
Who does? Yeah.
We've been talking about
The answer
Elon
is,
Musk.
Throughout the years of my life, I don't know what I've been doing.
What are the
We're
chances?
talking about Space Force.
What are the chances that Elon Musk is not of this earth?
He's not. He's from South Africa.
He's a computer program. Wait, what? What did you say, Jack?
I didn't say anything. What?
I genuinely didn't hear. I think I heard something that I'm worried about.
He said South Africa.
That's what I thought I heard.
Okay.
You know that one of our, 2 fans is South African, right?
Oh, well, I'm not offending anyone.
I'm disappointed that that guy doesn't have a South African accent.
We're talking about you, Daniel.
Yeah. Imagine if he had a South African accent.
We're disappointed you don't have a South... Well, you should. South African
That's an
accents
incredible
are
first
the
impression.
best accents. If anyone comes up to me with a South African accent, I will love them immediately.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Also, because his name is Daniel, he could say Daniel.
That is
I
Will's
saw the
impression
Meg.
of what Daniel's mother sounds like when she calls Daniel for dinner. We'll do it
Yes.
again?
I don't want to do that. I already did it. You can
Do it one more
skip
time.
back and listen
One
to
more
it
time.
again.
One more time.
No, Kielan.
No, because
Kielan,
Daniel
you
needs to
listen
hear
to
it. He
this
wasn't
again.
listening the first time. One more time.
Fine. Daniel?
Now say cuttlefish. Really close
No.
to the mic. Please. Will
Okay,
saying cuttlefish in a South
no,
African accent is my
I
favorite
saw
thing.
the Meg.
One time. One time. Well,
No,
please?
no,
Please?
no.
Please?
It feels like this
Please.
is every week.
Every week, do it.
You're blackmailing
Space
me.
Force.
I'm really
Space
not,
Force.
'cause
All the
I'm
hate I
not
had
holding
towards
anything over
Trump's
your head.
government is
Will,
now gone
we'll do it.
because-
Yeah.
We'll do
because
it.
of Space Force.
Do
I'm
cuttlefish.
not doing it.
Do
Space Force
cuttlefish.
was an incredible
Please.
idea.
Please,
I
Will.
saw Mike
Please.
Pence's little
said it.
speech about
No,
it.
come on, say it
He's
properly.
like, there's too many things in space.
There's too many.
We must manage the
Wait,
space
there's too
area.
We
many.
need Dutch Boy to
There's
take
There's
too
satellites.
long.
sorcerers.
There's space stations. There's planets.
There's
moons,
too many sorcerers.
Shooting stars.
Jesus.
There are
As the Bible
aliens.
says, Jesus is an alien from outer space.
There's spaceships. There's Star Wars, and we need to own all of it.
I saw this movie Independence Day, and it got me thinking real hard about the U.S. government is doing for our citizens here on planet Earth and beyond. Oh, sorry, Jack. I saw the Meg. It had Jason Statham in it. I saw it in IMAX. It's fine. It's not as bad as I thought
Marvel's
it would be.
having a film festival.
Oh, yeah.
Is that coming to
Festival.
Canada?
It's coming to Canada, but not Cineplex, not yet.
Yeah, they said didn't have anything to say about it yet.
Yeah. Well, they said they were discussing it.
Yeah, they'd be idiots not to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's on because Landmark Cinemas apparently is the cinema around Toronto. That's around Canada. That's not. Well, there's Empire, but I think that's owned by Cineplex now. And Cineplex just has every theater in Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, not every theater.
Well, there are like some indie ones, but there's no like big chain.
Major theaters that have like multiple screens, IMAX.
There's
resolution.
the AMC theater, but that's actually owned by Cineplex.
Because the point of
It's not AMC.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The point of the Marvel thing is that they have all the movies in IMAX, even the ones that weren't released in IMAX.
Yeah.
So I guess they'd have to. It would be really dumb if they played them on not IMAX screens.
Yeah. And Cineplex Toronto only has like in the actual city. There's only one. There's only they don't. That's not theirs.
No, but they might do that.
That could be it. Yeah.
That would
IMAX.
Well, I looked at that. It's not there right now.
Yeah, but they might.
But there's still a ton.
Because they're just playing like a documentary about streetcars there, and a documentary
The Dark
about
Knight.
like
They're playing
fish
The Dark
or
Knight later
something.
this month.
Oh, what? I want to see that.
In 70
The documentary about what?
Oh, what? 70 millimeter IMAX?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
What's the movie about?
The Dark Knight.
Oh, they're playing Dark.
What?
Really? When?
Later this month.
Is it like late in the month or is it on
How's
after
it
the 29th? Is my question.
I'm pretty sure it's on the 30th is one of the dates.
Yes.
Except I think it's sold out.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta go. My guys.
Kielan, I've said my 2 sentences about The Meg. Want to say your 2 sentences about Christopher Robin?
Christopher Robin is a touching, beautiful movie. It's fantastic, and one of my favorites of the year. You can disagree with me if you like, and that's fine. But it's a children's movie made for the parents who take their kids to movies. It's like trapping them into watching it, and it's not a kids movie really. Like there's kids characters. Good? It's amazing. But there are kids characters. But the story is about a man going through like a midlife crisis and like a possible divorce, and his job sucks, and he hates his life, and then he has to learn to like recapture his childhood and stuff. And it's really beautiful. It's really Hook, but I think it's better than Hook.
IGN. There's actually been a lot of news about IGN recently.
This is a slightly video game.
No. I want to talk about something else first about IGN.
It's not actually.
This is unrelated to the IGN news. This is just something I noticed about IGN. They gave The Meg, which has a 40 Metascore, 49.
I gave it 2.5 stars.
Rotten Tomatoes.
And I saw
They gave it a 7.
What?
They gave Christopher Robin a 4.
What? Wow.
They're wrong. Christopher Robin is a 9.
And that video had a lot of dislikes, though. That was
Christopher Robin.
There's their hot take. Yeah.
I saw Kubo and the Two Strings, which was at camp that I was volunteering at, and it was very. Huh? Yeah.
TIFF, I saw it at TIFF as well.
Yeah, it's good.
Wait, did they get the rights to play it in the theater, or did you just watch it like?
Yeah, no, it was in the theater.
You watched it in the theater. For us, they just played it in the camp room because they couldn't get the rights to play it in the theater at the time.
No, it was great.
Nice.
But it was, the movie was great. Then afterwards, there was like a Q&A session with a TIFF person, and it was excruciating. Because I was with the young, I was with the young age group.
Oh, you were?
Kate. Huh?
Nice, you were. That's good.
Yeah. And it was like they did not understand anything, and they were just like, "I liked the movie, but it didn't make sense." And then she was like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, "It didn't make sense."
And everyone unanimously was like,
yeah. And they're like, "It looked really good, but it was, I don't know, it didn't make sense."
I love toys.
Yeah, and also, okay, the most excruciating part for me was there was this one kid who was like, there's a bit in the movie where, oh god, I don't remember what it was. There was one bit. Oh yeah, no, there's a character named Hanzo, and he was like, "I just want to say that that's a reference to Overwatch," and I was like, and I almost shriveled up and died.
I just want to say because I know this as a fact.
And then he was like, and there's a bit with the big eyes in the water, and he was like, and that's a reference to Terraria, because then I was like, just kill me now. And then he was like, because there's like a gold set of armor made of gold in the movie that the characters are trying to get, and it's like the MacGuffin of the movie, I guess. And he was like, and I don't know why they use gold armor because it's the weakest armor in Minecraft.
Oh god.
And our friend David, who was sitting beside me, said later, he was like, the second he started talking about gold armor, it was like he knew exactly what was going to happen, but he was powerless to stop it. But that's my fun story about that.
That camp renders has so many good stories though. Like you always have a good story after coming out of TIFF camp.
I saw BlacKkKlansman the other day.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's very good. I liked it a lot. I liked it. There was one too many K's in the title. Today I watched The Trip to Italy to round out the trip.
Have you not seen that one before?
Trilogy? No, I haven't.
It's good.
So that was the last. I didn't like it as much as the other two.
Well, I didn't like it as much as the other two either, but I really enjoyed it still.
I found it it got boring at points, and it was so sad more than the other ones.
It is really sad. Even though the last one ends with him being captured by ISIS.
Yeah, that disturbed me.
What, the ISIS thing?
Yeah. It left me just feeling very weird coming out of the theater.
Yeah, it was it's like to be fair, I think it's a sign of a good, well-written movie because I was so scared for him in that moment. It was a genuinely terrifying. It's like a jolt of actual fear.
Yeah, it's weird. One thing that I love about this movies is asshole Steve Coogan is such an
asshole.
It's mostly improvisation, but he's such a realistic asshole.
He really exactly.
Of just somebody who's so dismissive and egotistical, and it feels very real.
Yeah, we all know someone like that. And if you don't,
I know Steve Coogan.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I also watched The Commuter later that day today. And I liked it actually. It was better than I expected.
Your review starts off with more like The Good Muter, and I wanted to die.
It's just look at Hussein's review of it. That's what it's based off of. Anyway, that's my experiences. Jack, did you see anything?
I saw I Love Dogs.
Oh, really?
Is good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Oh, also, can I talk about a movie that I saw that is so weird?
Sure.
Will, did you see my review for this? I wrote an essay.
Yes. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's called Love.
I have no desire to see this.
No, don't see it. You will hate it. It's a film by Gaspar Noé. He's coming out with a new film at TIFF this year, which is why I watched one of his movies, because I wanted to kind of get a sense of his style. It's bad. It's just... It's explicit sexually in a way that I've never seen before. It's just unsimulated sex on the... It's just porn. It's 100% just porn on the screen. And I did not know that going into this, so I was not expecting that. It announces itself very early. The first 2 minutes are a man and woman having sex. Just, well, not... I don't want to go explicit about what they're doing, but it ends in where sex usually ends. And you see everything. This film was shot in 3D. There's a scene where the thing that happens at the end of sex happens, and it goes right into the camera.
Is that legal?
Yeah. Apparently.
They shot the film in international waters.
They shot the film in Paris on location. And it's just really sad and so French. They're all smoking cigarettes and being like, ho ho, I made love. And it's all the point of the film is that it's sex viewed from an emotional perspective or something. But they couldn't let us figure that out. There's a scene where the main character, who's a filmmaker, says, I want to make a film about sex, but emotional sex. And he's at a party thrown by a man named No, played by Gaspar No. And at one point, one of the baby in the film is named Gaspar. And that's so egotistical and such an assholey thing to do, to put your own name in the movie. And especially when you're playing the character that's named after yourself. I hate that. It just really bugged me.
Is it him as himself?
No, it's him as a guy named No, or Noé, or however you pronounce his name. Who's the ex-boyfriend of the female lead of the film, who's sleeping with her again, even though he's married. It's really confusing, and there's so much sex. And it's not very good. So that's my rant on Love. The reason it's not good is that it's not because there's too much sex, it's because there's no character development or story or substance or plot. The script is 7 pages.
Really?
Yeah, and the movie's 2.5 hours. Roundabout. So, yeah.
Dunkirk, opposite end of the spectrum from that, I guess.
Yes.
The spectrum of 7-page scripts, 2.5-hour movies.
Yeah. One
Dunkirk
movie filled
was
it with
Dunkirk
six,
was
the other one
90
filled it
minutes.
with intense action.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're very, very similar.
Yeah. Jack, did you see anything else?
No.
I feel like you watched, like, Tomb Raider.
I have watched Tomb Raider.
Oh, really?
I told you that before.
Oh,
That was like
okay.
a few weeks.
Did you?
That was a few podcasts
Oh, you've
ago.
seen the 2 video game movies this year.
What are they?
Rampage and Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider was this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
It feels like it came out 10 years ago.
It does.
Yeah, then I did see both the video game movies.
Yeah.
Well done. I'm very proud of you, Jack.
Thank you.
All 3 if we count the fan film.
Oh, yeah.
Do we count that?
No.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
no.
not a-
Well,
Speaking of video games.
okay, we're going in now.
Are we going to do video games?
I don't know. Is there
This
any
is a
video
video
game
I'm going to
news?
zone out for a second.
Did you see the video, Jack, of me playing Super Smash Bros. Blindfolded and Kielan giving me directions?
Oh, I did see a minute of that.
Yeah.
And then he gave up, like all my vlogs.
Yes, exactly.
It was successful. And that was fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, video game, I guess, is the only thing Well, they had QuakeCon.
Oh, yeah?
There's some Doom 2, I'm going to call it. Doom 2 gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Oh, yeah,
Rage
Doom,
2
Doom-
gameplay. Eternal. Red Dead Redemption 2 released a 6-minute gameplay
Yeah,
video.
looks incredible.
Comes out in October.
Yeah. Keelan, you've been playing some games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm currently in the midst of playing Portal, which is really fun. I'm really
Awesome.
enjoying it. I'm not that far
Where have
in.
you gone so far?
I just got the orange part of the gun.
Oh,
So
not too far.
you're near the end.
Yeah, I'm not very far in yet, but I'm very, very excited about it. It's very exciting. I like
Awesome.
it. I like it a lot.
And then
I'm looking
Portal
forward to playing
2.
Portal 2. I'm
Yeah.
very excited forward to.
Don't.
You already know a lot about it because we
I
played
played
it
most of it with you guys already.
Yeah. Portal
but
2 is probably my favorite.
I was
game.
spoiled entirely before I
Yeah.
played it, and it's still my favorite.
I remember Jack and I used to go to a camp together, and we had to take a bus, like to and from, and that was just all we talk about. And I was
Portal
like,
2?
Hey, I watched the entire playthrough of Portal 2, and this is what happens in Portal 2. And they reference Half-Life in it. I don't know what Half-Life is, because I haven't played that. But it looks really cool, and this happens. And this is Half-Life 3, and...
Half-Life 3.
yeah.
Half-Life 3.
You used to have Portal like on your PC, just not through Steam. You just,
Me?
well, I guess it would have to. Yeah.
What?
You used to have it,
No, I didn't.
but like, yeah, like years and years ago. I distinctly remember.
Oh no, that's my sister had a friend named Philip who like freebooted it onto her computer. It was on her old computer, but then it was taking up too much space, so she deleted it.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's a
and
very old
I
game.
played a couple levels of it. That was like when it first came out or something. But like I
Yeah.
played a couple levels of it, and I remember enjoying it. And now I'm playing it again. And
I think
enjoying
Portal
it
2
now.
has aged, like Portal 1 has aged pretty well, but Portal 2 has aged like infinitely better.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the level that it is the
Well, no
best
Valve
game.
games have great graphics, but other than that,
Yeah. But they don't like need them, I don't think.
no.
You should
Gameplay
play
or
Half-Life 2 after that.
I will.
After Portal 2.
Hold on a sec. I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
Okay. Well, we should probably... Oh, do we have any more video game news to say?
There's the IGN stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They released an IGN. It was one of the editors that had he was hired in like December or something, and he had a few reviews out, and he edited. I was looking at his tweets, and he edited this video himself, and it was his first video he edited himself, and it just not complete. I saw the video
the
by the
comparison.
one who it was plagiarized from, and it was very similar. Not word for word, but
Yeah.
some parts
Well,
were word for
what
word.
kind of sold it for me is that he doesn't say it word for word, but he says all the same points
Yeah,
that
and
the
all the
other guy
same
says
phrases.
in the
He
same
says-
order,
Yeah.
which is very...
Yeah.
When I
What's
realized that, I was like, oh, yeah, this
And
is
it makes no
definitely...
sense because he's this guy who's done very few reviews, and he just straight up plagiarizes
Yeah.
another reviews. And it's like a big company. It's like a big shot at a good career,
Yeah.
and he just
They took
they
it
fired
down.
him
They
next day.
published another one, though,
yeah.
which is
They published another one
a good thing to
a
do.
few days later, and they fired him. I think the day after.
Mm-hmm. So
And
good
release statement.
good on Igen.
Good on Aiken.
The International Gaming Ninja.
Exactly.
The International Gaming Ninja sounds like an esports player.
You sure that's not
Ninja.
Ninja's full name
Yeah.
on like Twitch?
No, probably not.
I hope.
Oh yeah, and also there was a Smash Bros. Direct, the Nintendo Direct. I remember when I first told you about the concept of a Nintendo Direct, you were so confused.
What is a
'Cause
Nintendo
it's
Direct?
It's like a live stream of a video that they make of like announcements.
It's like a press release.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
video.
kind of cool.
I do like it
A
a
live
lot.
streamed video, not
Yeah.
a video.
It's like what the Oscars does
which-
now.
Yeah. I really like
Except
it.
it's not
though,
live.
Because no, it's not live, but it's a
It's
live
live
stream.
stream.
It's
The
live
Oscars
stream
don't
so
do
everyone,
live
so
anymore.
everyone gets the information at the same time.
Remember that
So that
like
could be
the Oscars
everyone
didn't do
Twitch
live
chat
this year.
going.
They did like a video announcing all of them,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really long and drawn out, and I hated it.
Oh.
Yeah, but they
I have a lot.
they
of
announced
thoughts
some
about
new
that.
characters. They announced a lot of new characters actually.
Waluigi?
Famously, Luigi died in it.
But apparently that
What?
was a hoax.
Yeah, but that gives credence. There are a couple like the announcement trailer for that guy Simon Belmont, and which is the video where Luigi dies, and also the one for Ridley in the previous one. Give credence to the theory that they will have a story mode in this one, like they did in Brawl, which was
That'd be cool.
like the one thing that people
Where
liked
they
about that
die?
game. Yeah, well, it's like because those are very high quality CG cutscenes, and also there was another thing of like in the direct they say like this guy is a boss and an assist trophy, and it shows like a flat stage and there's one person fighting the boss, and
Yeah.
people were like, you can't ever play with just one person usually, so this might be a like a story mode boss. And if it had a story mode, that with all the other things that they announced, like they added like a tournament mode, and they added a mode where it was like you cycle through different characters and stuff, and all of that stuff I've wanted. Like those are the only things that I've ever wanted in like improvements to Smash 4. So
it makes you think about
it
getting
seems
the
like
Switch, doesn't it?
yes, it does, which I hate because I also want a PS4, and I
Here's the
also
thing,
want
you can get
nothing.
it because in your own words, you're so rich.
I have so much
I
money.
have
You're
so
right.
much money.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay for university.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, I just got off. I just finished. I finished working. I was working in July, so I'm
you have,
up.
I mean, assume you have
like,
enough money.
I could buy a PS4 or a Switch
Or both.
or a Switch, but that would be a really stupid thing to do. So I'm not going to do that.
Especially with
Um,
Well, I bought this, which is
Yeah.
more than both.
iPhone 8s Plus XL for
So I'm sure you
Nintendo
can buy
3DS.
one gaming console from working for
Yeah.
summer.
I feel like just out of a weird thing, I don't know if this is based on anything, I'd probably lean more towards a Switch.
Really?
I don't know why.
Well, because you're
But-
obsessed with Nintendo.
Well, they're
You
more
always have been.
expensive,
You've always
and
been a
there are
sucker
only
for
a
Nintendo.
few good
Yeah.
games on it.
Yeah, but also the handheld aspect of it is
That is cool.
very and Nintendo has some real good first party stuff that's exclusive. But PS4
And PlayStation
Yeah.
has more.
I just feel
first-party.
like if I bought a PS4, I would immediately be overwhelmed with like, oh, there's 100 games I need to buy right now to build up my library. Because
Exactly.
if I just bought it, I'd have nothing, and I'd need to.
Get PlayStation Plus, and you'll have everything.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. So, if I bought a PS4, maybe I'm sure they'll come up with like a Red Dead 2 bundle or something like that, or like a Spider-Man. No, definitely a
They
Spider-Man
have
bundle.
a Spider-Man bundle.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to work it out.
I would say PlayStation.
I agree. It has more
I
options.
wish I could have both.
Although PlayStation 5 might be something
Yeah.
soon.
You know what's? I don't know if Kielan, you probably don't do this, but when the PS4 was being announced,
I can
There
assure
were-
you the answer is no.
yeah, did you?
I didn't even
remember
know
looking
that it
up,
was
like-
announced. Someone day I was like, "Do you have a PS3?" He's like, "I have a PS4." I was like, "Oh, that's a thing. Cool." That was
Well,
my
memory
reaction.
of the PS3 is playing Little Big Planet 2 on it, and the final level of that when they have that
The
awesome song.
Megatron.
Yeah, the Gadfly sweep.
Yeah,
I think
I remember that.
that's a good game and a good level of a good game.
Mhm.
And I think that's Stephen Fry in that game.
Yeah.
But whenever you looked up like PS4 concept art or like there are all these things where it's like PS4 design leaks, and it's just like a glass orb that floats 10 feet above your bed and like somehow connects to your TV, or it's like this extremely sleek thing, and it's like it's like a circle with the hole cut out in the middle, and it's like PS5 in big like shining red letters, and it can warp space and time, and
put you in the video game.
I think if they made the PS5 now, it would just be a PS4 Pro with another like level to it. Like the PS4 is 2, PS4 Pro is 3, PS5 will be 4, and they'll just keep going up from there because each one has another PlayStation in it or something.
Another PlayStation.
That should be like a Russian nesting doll.
Yeah.
You should be able to buy 2 PlayStations and it would make like a more powerful.
You know what'd be sick? Sony, DM me on this one. But you have different levels which you can buy separately. One of them's like a hard drive plus something. One of them's like a graphics one.
Yes,
one of them's like
modular
RAM.
computer.
Yeah, and you can buy different levels for each one. And that would, and then there's a sphere
Google
on
tried
the top.
to make a modular phone, but it looked really dumb.
Oh yeah, I remember
You
that.
take the little squares out and put them in.
That seems. How did that work for?
Do that with a computer, not a phone. Like, who cares about?
Yeah.
People just buy any phone.
Yeah.
Says the man who owns like 3 phones. It's the man who owned like the best Samsung. They're like, I'm gonna get an iPhone now, and thank God, because now we have
not
group
a
chat.
Samsung. It was an LG. Very different.
I owned a Samsung
Mini
Galaxy
apologies.
Q.
Whoa! I didn't hear
I'm
you for a
locked out.
second, but then I remembered. Oh wait, he just said Samsung Galaxy 2.
Q.
Q?
It was like the last phone ever
That's
to have a
worse.
key, like a physical keyboard.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you playing Hill Climb Racing on it.
Yeah, the only game ever released. Period.
Yeah, Hill Climb Racing was classic.
Yeah, Hill Climb Racing 2 is a travesty.
I played it and
really
I had
is.
so much
I
fun
hate
with
it
it.
so much.
I like played it every hour of the days for like weeks,
yeah.
and I lost all my progress.
Yeah,
and I deleted it.
I remember that.
And that was like the worst day of my entire life.
Remember when mobile games used to like take over our lives? Oh wait, Fortnite. Never mind.
It's not a mobile game.
Yeah, you can play on your
It's on
phone.
mobile.
Crossplay.
Yeah, but no one plays it on mobile.
Well, like 4-year-old kids do.
Oh, maybe on
They're
their
the worst.
iPads.
They're the
Yeah.
absolute worst.
Fortnite's still going strong. Back on video game news. Great,
Our
great
weekly
game.
wrap
Fortnite
this up.
update. Welcome to the Fortnite update. Da, 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 da,
Oh, yeah.
Fortnite. Cool. Jack.
Oh, yeah, weekly
Wilson.
Fortnite news. What do we have
Oh
to talk
yeah.
about in Fortnite?
Well, our new player won the Fortnite Grand Championships using the
Dance emote.
large shield booster and the hand cannons, and he picked he said he opened up the game with "Where we're dropping boys" and ended it with a bang, and that's what
Well,
we like to
Fortnite-
hear over at Fortnite HQ.
Everyone thought Fortnite was going to die at many points. And it hasn't died. I don't think it will die until something comes and replaces
I think
it,
it'll
you know?
fizzle out over the next 6
I
months.
feel like it will fizzle out very slowly, but until something actually replaces it as like the new big game, it's just gonna stay.
I will say
Big
that the
game,
way
the big sound.
The big game.
the way they generate money with microtransactions should be the model for how people
Yeah.
do it. Like
It's the most
purely,
ethical
yeah,
game company.
it's purely cosmetic. You can pay for a different mode, and like nothing gives you an up on the gameplay. Like you can buy stuff that like flashes light, which would give you a disadvantage, I guess. But nothing gives you an advantage.
Well, the thing about Fortnite is it's still in early access, and it's like visibly so. There are a lot of bugs,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't seem to be fixing those because they just have so many players.
Yeah,
One day maybe we'll go to early access, and that's when it will die.
yeah. Subnautica was in early access.
Kerbal Space
I
Program
finished
wasn't early access for a very long time.
Yes, that's true. Those are two games that, like, I feel like when an early access game is in early access for a really long time and then finally gets into, like, a full release, it's generally good. Like, Kerbal Space Program, Subnautica are two
Minecraft
games like that.
was
Yeah,
in
Minecraft.
alpha, beta. They didn't call it early access, but
Yeah, but those are two games, and Minecraft, which are, like, ended up really high
it's
quality.
4 games.
What was the
Oh,
fourth?
Fortnite did you?
No, I didn't say, no, that didn't say
Oh,
Fortnite.
Fortnite didn't come out yet.
Oh, no.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's video game news.
That's video game.
Starring Kielan.
I feel like that should be about it for today, yeah?
Yeah, and also that's our annual Fortnite report night.
Annual.
Weekly Fortnite.
And
we also have the weekly Space Force segment.
Yeah.
Of course. No, that's important. We need to talk about Space Force.
There's the theme song. Space Force.
Force.
Of course.
Space Force.
I'm feeling
when I say
remorse.
Space Force, you say of course. Space Force.
Space Force, of course.
Space Force.
Okay, let's take us out, Keelan. You do the outro, and then Jack and I will sing the Star Trek theme song.
Okay, ready? Go for it. Thank you guys for watching this episode or listening to the episode of It's a Trap. We appreciate your viewership. If you want to watch more videos, click on the right. If you want to watch less videos, click on the left. And if you want to subscribe, then you should click right here to get Stuckmanized. Please don't sue us.
Every episode of this ends with us blaring some song to the microphone.